at the stage so they can hear us, so that we can take your questions that side and we can show your questions on screen, right? Woman Crush Wednesday today, all things pertaining to women from a spiritual context and a herbal medicine context. We've got Ntombi in studio, Tammy's on production just behind us here now. So drop us those questions. Unfortunately, we won't take the questions from here on TikTok. We'll have TikTok live, just the questions will come straight in via YouTube. Why? Because we want to push them onto screen. So make sure you copy your question over to that side. Now, we're exactly 3 minutes away from starting the stream. In fact, from starting the stream, it is live already. You can go on and join the stream and catch it and drop us questions. For everyone that's on the stream right now on YouTube or Facebook, drop us a thumbs up if the audio is good. Drop us a thumbs up and let us know where you're watching from. Yeah, we'll be taking questions from the stream. If no one is pushing questions, we'll then just take questions from a video I created. We've got about 44 comments here from various women who've got various challenges in regards to the Now, we want to hear from you guys. Wawanakio, public_Aeon, AEON. That's why I always say it's murder. Definitely, it is murder. In the moment, we don't see it. Why? Because and we feel like it's okay in making this abortion, and we operate with the Western perspective. The Western perspective saying your body, it's in your Western perspective, your body, your rights. Feminism. What's your take on feminism?
Okay, mina angeke ngisho ngithi ngiyayisupporta kakhulu because ngokuthini okay ngisho ngithi ngiyayisupporta, but I feel like ithina indlela abafazi bamanje, indlela bona abayibeka ngayo yabo, bafuna ukuba over amadoda. Abafuni nokuthi kube equal. Bona bafuna ukuba over.
Ba power hungry.
Yabo, so which is akusiyinto right leyo. Ekugcineni vele kwamele kube khona ophezulu komunye, angeke silingane sisonke. Yabo, and it worked better ngendlela yokuthi ngendlela kwakwenziwa ngayo kudala, kube ukuthi indoda yiyo inhloko yabo. Leya nto leya, it worked better because abazali bethu, for example, uyabona ukuthi noma ngabe emishadweni kuthiwa kunama challenges yonke leyo nto leyo, but bakwazile ukuthi basikhulise like sibaningi sisonke. Mhlambe beyingekho lento yokuthi abantwana bagcwele ilizwe maha abazali abashadanga, yabo, omunye ule. Manje if umfazi akekho satisfied ngendoda, yabo, akakwazi ukuthobela. Akakwazi ukuthobela, uvele nje akhethe nje ukuhamba indlela yakhe nomunye ngoba ufuna kwenziwa izinto ngokulingana.
Okay. To continue this one, Ms. Paki here, Are, how does one find balance between feminine and masculine energies? Kona labo cheri laba ba women, right, who are overly masculine. And how do you feel about that? Have you found yourself in a relationship and you were tapping too much into your masculine, and if so, how was it affecting your relationship?
Personally,
so you're always in your femininity. Okay.
Yeah. At some point, nginokufila ngathi ngiyafuna ukuba, but lapho ke angeke ngiye kakhulu because ezinye izinto ezipersonal.
Sure, no, I understand.
Ezinto ezespiritual.
I understand.
So yeah.
I understand. Sometimes banokuba complicated. But we're live now. The stream is now showing on YouTube. We'll no longer take any comments from TikTok. If you've got comments on TikTok, make sure you head over to that side. Now, a better view, you can see both me and Ntombi in studio right now. We're touching on Woman Crush Wednesday topics. So every Wednesday, we have a special. Now, let me push it onto screen right now. Every Wednesday, if you walk into one of our stores, either the Durban or the Brakpan store, you get access to a 10% discount on all the herbs that you are looking to buy. So it's a great day for you to come buy some of the high ticket items and get access to a discount. Rakwan. So Wednesdays, Woman Crush Wednesday, you can come into the studio, look like at the studio, you can come into store to come and purchase some of your favorite herbal medicine and get a discount. Either the Durban store or the Brakpan store. Now, we already have Carol on the stream. I see there are other people joining in on the stream. If you can't catch the stream live, you can then catch it at a later time. All the streams are recorded for you to then watch, right? We do have a full calendar of streams that are available. Imibango, crystals, herbal medicine, self-initiation, numerology, Mondays, Machita Monday, we've got a Machita stream. So for the men that are on the stream right now, you can join and catch the stream, right? And we can engage in regards to that. Okay, we've got a question here from Lebu. What's up, Lebu? My question is, can ancestors block potential marriage for me if my parents are Bashabisa, Lenyalo Labona? And with that case, who is supposed to rectify that if they're both alive? Yeah, sure, definitely. It can create issues for you in so many ways, right? One of them being exactly what Lebo is mentioning right now, the inability to settle in unions. You attract low vibrational partners. Remember, there are rites of passage that we're engaging in, and these rituals form part of these rites of passage. Now, if you have not engaged in certain aspects, or your parents have not engaged in certain aspects, it creates issues for Bana, the offspring of those two parents, especially if perhaps it links to a spiritual gift that you might have. So my suggestion to you, Lebo, is that it is not bleak. There are solutions to problems like this. The type of solution you should engage in is neutral prayer, to talk to your people. It will be them who then put pressure on your parents, who will then also provide perspective as to how they must fix. Why? Because the solutions must not be external of the family, meaning you come to me and I tell you, it's okay, this is a ritual you must engage in. You must talk to your people through neutral prayer using the blue and the yellow candle. For me, these are the clarity candle. They provide clarity on things that are deep to you, right? Especially from a spiritual context. So now, we're now kasebedisa these candles to get perspective for, okay, it's come to my attention that Batswadi Abashabisa, and now I'm having issues around finding marriage, right? Finding the right type of partner. Now I want to know from you guys, how must I navigate? Perhaps the dispute might even be around where Mahadiaha will go. Perhaps you are using your father's surname, but illegitimately so, you know. The dispute is very petty at times, I know, but these people want things, right? Let's take another question here. Come on. I see. Hi, my question. I see I'm around 5G, but I see we're on 2 bars. My question is regarding finding balance between masculine and feminine energies. Now it depends on where you swing to be honest. If you're overly masculine, then you need to nurture the feminine side by engaging in things that are a bit more feminine, right? Doing things that nurture the femininity. If you're too feminine, then you need to engage in things that nurture the masculine. That would be the best way to answer this in regards to the challenge you are having around balance. And then now you find that you are exposed to certain partners that push out a certain energy in you. So this is the challenge we always have as people seeking balance. You seek balance, you seek to find alignment from your masculine and your feminine side. Yes, we're 33% our mother, 33% our father, 33% ourselves. How do you go about, as a woman, how do you nurture your femininity? Do you have a process you always nurture in terms of your femininity? There's the camera there.
Yeah, mina ke because angithi uyazazi ukuthi ufunani. So mawuzazi ukuthi ufunani, sometimes vele kuba nama-challenges yabo. So kumele usacrifice ukuze uzothola lento wena oyifunayo yabo. So mina ngenza sure ukuthi okay, noma ngabe ngiyabona ukuthi okay, this masculine side yabona liyafuna ukuphuma kakhulu, ngiyazama ukuthi okay ngingazikhohlwa ukuthi okay ngumfazi, ngumuntu wesifazane yabo. Then ngiyazama ukuthi lingaveli kakhulu leliya.
Uyalehlisa.
Ngiyalehlisa. Ngokuthi mina ngizicabange yabo. Ukuthi konje ngifunani yabo. Even though kungasi easy sometimes.
Do you feel like the reason you have to be masculine is because you have to survive in the masculine world?
Yeah, sometimes I need to kwamele, awuna choice.
Yeah, because kushubile in the masculine world.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, we have no more questions coming in from YouTube, so I'll go to the comments on this video so we can touch on other topics here. But if you have issues around Lady N are is it possible for my things to be stuck because of not knowing my past? Definitely. Some of you have to connect with the past to then tap into the future, right? Parents are too secretive. Now I don't know my direction, ancestral or Christian. I don't know my bloodline. You do not have to choose one side, by the way. Lady N, if you're catching this or if you're going to catch this at a later point, you can engage ancestrally. You can engage through the Christian denomination as well. Balance is key here, especially under the context you're facing. So when you pray, you don't use surnames. You pray from a neutral context, and your shrine always operates with balance. The reason you connect with your past ideally is to find out, okay, what were my mother's people about? What were my father's people about? And how does this come together to create the synergy that I need? When I'm talking in regards to like the spiritual stuff, do you balance your kulega or your pasha, or do you feel it's the same thing? For me, I feel it's the same thing.
Yeah, nakimi kunjalo yabo. But kakhulu ukuphahla akusinto engiyijwayele kakhulu because akusinto engikhulisiwe ngayo ekhaya yabo. So mina ngikhule kuthandazwa ekhaya yabo. So kakhulu ngasho ngithi angigxile ekuthandazeni. So mangithi ngiyaphahla, sometimes yes ngiyaphahla, but I don't have to ukuthi ngishise impepho or ini mangiphahla yabo. Yes ngiyababiza, but mangiphahla kula ngibiza khona ini ama ancestors wami.
Sure.
Which is ke because mina ngiyayazi yami bloodline.
Yes, yabo. Yes.
So ngiyababiza ke yabo. Yeah, so ngiyabalance.
Okay, kiyo sibona ngaye Kubai, ne? Sorry if I'm pronouncing your surname wrong. Athi isilwane nkosi yami sengihambe iessay yonke abasikhoni. Then it might not be isilwane in the sense of isilwane, right? Some of you are said to have isilwane or a spiritual husband, and now you have to cleanse the spiritual husband. But it might be as a result of issues around your identity. And this energy now, it's in your blood because actually it's linked to you via your people. So Lengelo Silele is coming to you from a low vibrational context. Now the reason it's violating you sexually, because you know it's sialala now, right? It's because it's trying to create a spiritual connection with you. Now it's using a low vibrational means to do that. Hence it's like where now you're always having sex. We know in the spiritual realm that sex is not always isilwane in the dream sense. I don't know if you know about that, Ntombi. Sometimes unophupha ulele nomuntu, and then out there the term is, hey, unesilwane, yabona? But it's not always the case. Sometimes it's this energy trying to showcase you. We need to engage in a process of spiritual intimacy. But now, the challenge you are having is that perhaps it's coming from a low vibrational context because and the healer is you. There will never be an external healer because when there's an external healer, it means there's a bias towards one healer. For example, let's say you had this challenge and then we will have challenges in the work that we're doing because kunaleli enye ingelosi leli elakho mhlambe elibonayo the way maybe your grandfather is coming to you, all right? Then ugogo athi iza kuThabo uzokusiza, but umkhulu, because it's in your blood, you know, you can't separate yourself from umkhulu. This is the dispute that tends to happen mawuba ngabantu abadala. Now, if you've been everywhere in an attempt to deal with this problem, it means that you need to look at the problem from a different perspective. This is why Ukubai had suggested to her, Ashebisi in regards to what? She should look at her identity, you know? And this is where the self-initiate comes in. Sometimes we're also lapa through what? Engaging in spiritual practice. So we need to develop what? The spiritual IQ. How would you say your spiritual IQ has developed over the time? And you see many people, because you're in customer service, right? You see many people coming through with various problems. How would you say, in engaging that, how has your spiritual IQ developed?
Yeah, mina ngasho ngithi okokuqala ukukhula kwami vele ukuthi ngifike vele la khona la eSimo Africa kube ukukhula lokho emoyeni, and then ngazofunda ke wonke umsebenzi lana ama herbs, and then sometimes nginokuthi vele mangi-engage vele nama customers vele, and then ngithola ukuthi ngiya-relate nabanye.
Sure.
And ngikwazi ukuthi ngikhulume nabo, mhlawumbe ngiba-advise umuntu asho vele ukuthi ya lento le yenza isense, and manje ngizizwa ngikhululekile, yabo.
Sure.
So leyo nto leyo ingenza nami ngikhuthale, ngibone ukuthi I'm on the right path vele, yabo. Kusho ukuthi ngiyakhula nami.
So you feel your people have put you specifically to learn and develop spiritually. Now, other people don't take this serious. We take academics from now the material sense serious, but we don't take the need school spiritual, yeah. And you know in this space. Some of the women are being violated by the pastors, by the traditional healers because of their ignorance. Yeah, with the goal to execute X, and then this individual Y. Yeah, some of you senyajola nabo Kovela, senyajola nabo Mfundisi. Ekubeni into eniqale, your thing started from context yes, he was healing you. All right. We've got Teresa on the stream here. My question is, if you're divorced, is it necessary to make a ritual as a woman to separate? What do you think, Dombi?
Yes, I think ikwamele. Because angithi ukushada or noma yini nje i-relationship mhlambe noma umjolo ihlanganisa ama-spirit. Yeah, lento ekuthiwa ama-soul ties ya-created. So manihlukana futhi, whether niya break up ku-relationship or emshadweni, i-ritual ethizeni iyafuneka, i-cleansing ngasho njalo, yabo. So kunama-herbs ke afana nesiqunga umuntu angawasebenzisa ukuthi azicleanse ngawo after ehlukene nopartner wakhe.
Okay. Nizwile bafethu ngikasiphawuli. Isiqunga is a herb you can use to cleanse if you unified with a partner, nah? And now you and this partner have now separated. Why? Because you will attract people like your ex. Nah? You will be stuck in that loop. Now, some of you have this challenge where also you can't let go of them, right? Even though the relationship is toxic, but for some reason you struggle to let go. It's because etherically you guys are connected. So yes, it is important to cleanse. My suggestion on top of what Suntombi has suggested in regards to engaging Isiqunga, it's also pray and talk to your people about what do they suggest, and tell them you're thinking about engaging Isiqunga to help you to separate yourself from the energy ekhona between wena and this ex of yours, right? And then you'll be led by them. Okay, what can you suggest for stomach ulcers?
Stomach ulcers, ngingamnikeza i-slippery elm. Yeah.
Like a slippery elm, it creates this gel-like substance in the gut, allowing the wound to heal. I think we can also add the African potato because it's great at healing the internal wounds. So the elm creates this gel-like substance. Remember, when you've got an ulcer, it means the stomach lining has been burnt or corroded to an extent where it's now on the flesh and obviously in the gut, unama acid, nan, which then cause these ulcers, right? How do you know you've got an ulcer in the gut? Obviously, inflammation in the gut, just this discomfort in the gut. And then another big one is when you go number 2, pumikas. So slippery African potato guys. My life is so stagnant, can't even pray. Relationships, jobless, no personal growth. Izinto zami ziyaphunyuka nje. Mgidi is my father's surname, but they did not do amahlabi, so my mother's is Khosana. Hey, bangaka abantu eninokuthetha nabo banale nkinga esontombi wena ngokubona kwakho? How many people are coming to us chatting in regards to this type of situation?
Yeah, bona baningi.
Yeah.
And mina engikurecommendayo ukuthi ba-consult yabo, so that sibone ukuthi isukelaphi inkinga yabo, njengoba athi umuntu kuvalekile izinto azihlangane, so that sibone ukuthi kusukela kuphi, singavele nje simnikeze ama-herbs.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes. Right? But she says she knows that her parents are zange bahlabise, but for some reason she carries her father's surname. What type of prayers would you suggest she engages in, especially now around this issue of the surname? What would your suggestion be?
Yabona le inkinga abhekene nayo ifuna umndeni. Le ifuna umndeni. Kube ukuthi bayayikhuluma babodwa ukuthi kulungiswe kanjani. But in the meantime ke ilona angabe ancenga edlozini yabo ukuthi bangabi nolaka ngakuye empilweni yakhe, especially that yena they are willing to ukuthi bayilungise leyo mistake leyo eyayenziwa abazali. So idlozi liyakwazi ke ukuzwela ke malibona nawo ukuthi khona into oyenzayo, then lidile nalaba abangafuni ukuthi kulungiswe inkinga.
I see. So Lamuka again, sometimes you must speak on your own behalf with your people regarding this matter, so that your people can then go and put the elders under pressure to do the right thing. Some of you are fighting with your parents, and that's trivial. What does that mean? It won't serve you. It's gonna waste your time. Why? Because they're just not hearing you, and perhaps they feel like you're young. Who are you to tell them? So sometimes you must send the elders to go and deal with them. Sometimes you must go send the elders to deal with them. Okay, let's push on another comment from the video that was on TikTok. Now, this whole stagnant thing is very common. Okay, how do I activate my gift? In dreams, I used to be fearless, powerful, and a fighter. This is from Nomsa Umtuma. But now I'm scared most of the time. Also, there was a voice guiding me. Okay, Nomsa. Okay, she also went on to expand. Now it's not there. I understand I need to grow spiritual, but I don't want fear. Physically, I've been struggling to get pregnant. Can you assist? Yep. Some of you will give birth to kids who will carry the karmic energy of not attending your spiritual calling, therefore inzalo yakho iyavalwa. All right? Some of you will have that challenge, and then you have issues with fertility. Ask most of the spiritual women, and they'll tell you around their challenges with kids. Some of them, they keep pumping kids out, but the fathers don't marry them, therefore perpetuating this generational curse. Right? It continues. It rips them to shreds. So my suggestion to Unomsa Mtunga would firstly be, sometimes when you've got a disconnect with your people, it's as a result of various things. But most of the time, people who gravitate towards our page, they've got an identity crisis. So, because I've seen this all the time, I used to be able to hear ugogo bekahlezi afika kimi mara akasafiki. Yes, kusuke kuyile dispute ekhona between le ngelosi lezi, between Mangeloi that has created this issue where they now have separated the two. They've severed the two of you. Right? By the two, I mean, let's say umkhulu uyabona ukuthi okay wena usondele kakhulu nogogo and ugogo ulungisela ukwenzani, ulungisela ukuthi wena uzo executela yena phela. So some of you, you're big in church, doing your thing at church, but seeing nothing, no light. Why? Because Khoshota, the traditional side of things. Maybe your grandfathers were healers who operated from a traditional context and they need to be fed spiritually from a traditional context. All you are doing is feeding the Holy Spirit, right? It's not holy under context of low vibration. It is not holy under the context of low vibration. Some of you lebazalwane and very judgmental in your situation of being umzalwane. Right? What are you? You say you're born again. What does that mean? What does it mean if you're born again? It means you've taken a covenant to take a new lease on life. But they'll never come back and tell us, okay, this born again narrative, how is it serving them? They find that they're still struggling a lot of the time. Juxtaposed to you, it's this battle between your ancestry to try and create a bias to one side when you must operate with balance. This is why you see people who wear the split jacket like I do, right? They strike the balance. Why? Because we are 33% our mother, 33% our father. This creates the all-seeing eye of Horus. Here it is, right here, this triangle, right? 33% your mother, 33% your father, right here. Nah? Then 33% your mother, right here. Then you come together to form the top of the triangle. This is why, Barry, this is what's going on. Nah? This is what's going on. Right here. Rakwan. We're not going to go onto Instagram. Vanessa, you can share your question right here if you've got a question. We're not going to go onto Instagram. You can drop your question here. If you're watching the stream on YouTube, we can then unpack here. Yeah, we've got TikTok open. We've got the live stream, but we're not taking the questions coming in from the live stream on TikTok. Nah? So if you've got a question, Vanessa, you can drop it here. Then we can go from there. Batabi, Lorraine Mkit. I was not told, okay, I assume that's what she said. I was not told I have a gift, but it's confusing because they say from my grandmother, some say it is from my grandfather. No, you see exactly what I mean. She has this confusion, because most of the time when she's going to certain healers, there's one healer that has a strong connection with either the grandmother or the grandfather. It's always trying to drive this bias. It's always trying to drive this bias. The goal being what? The end goal being to get you to take a covenant. So some of you think you found Jesus, but you found nothing. Some of you think you found umkhulu or ugogo in Ntwaso, but you found nothing. How do you see this? You're overly righteous or you're overly traditional and nothing is happening. How do you also see this? How many people are now going to Ntwaso because their life is not coming together? And there they are going to engage in Ntwaso. In fact, that is the narrative now. So, right? There's disrespect now towards the traditional healer space because of that. But now that disrespect is also coming on. All they do is church. They don't work. They're not married. They have no kids. But usenkonzweni 24/7. Uhamba Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because there's a calendar, there's a timetable. So now, Ntombi, in your opinion, abo mama bomkhuleko, njengoba sithi abo mama bomkhuleko, we are not saying what they're doing is wrong, right? Abo mama bomkhuleko, have you noticed abanye banale nhliziyo ezimbi? Abanye babo, they are operating from a negative context lapha esontweni. Njengoba notice.
Yeah, kona kuyenzeka vele. Kuyenzeka. Khona vele ngike ngahlangabezana nabo abanjalo ukuthi lokho kubangwa yini angazi. Mhlambe it's in their nature angazi ukuthi ngizothi
It is the slow vibrational energy that I'm telling you about. Yes, because kufana nalaba abathwasile izinto zabo azihambi kahle, no, seba perpetuated the darkness. What? The only clients they can attract are the low vibrational clients. Ngifuna ukudlisa indoda. Yabona? Ngifuna ukugadla lo ngesichitho. So on and so on. The only patients those people attract are those people, because it is only work that perpetuates the darkness that they can do. Yes. Vanessa, you're not giving us enough context. Vanessa says, help me please. I feel there's a blockage. I'm also lost and confused. It's pointless living. We need depth, Vanessa. We need depth. What do you mean, right? When you say there's blockages, where? How? I know most of you feel like there's blockages financially. Most of you feel like there's blockages romantically. A lot of you want men, nah? You want men. What is this priority that women have in ukuthola indoda? What's your take on that? Like, women really wants this marriage thing.
Mina abaningi ne basuke ngibona like the way sekwenzakala ngakhona like izinto abaningi nje ngasho ngithi ukufuna kwabo indoda or ukushada, it's like ingathi umuntu ufuna umsebenzi, yabo, because ufuna ukunakekelwa, u-expect ukuthi okay mangithola indoda ngifuna indoda enemali ezongenzela lokhu nalokho, yabo. Yena akacabanga ukuthi nama I must bring something futhi kuloyo mshado loyo ezoyenzani, ezokhulisa indoda, sikhulisane, yabo. Abaningi it's because of bafila ngathi hayi umuntu makashadile impumelelo yakhe uzokuba nomuzi ahlale nje mhlawumbe nje, yabo, yena nje okwakhe ama home chores.
So ukuthola indoda is a meal ticket basically.
Yeah.
And that's a low vibrational approach to attracting a man. Because if you want to attract a divine masculine man, you must be in your divine feminine, and most of you are not there. You want Batman. A lot of you want Batman. You want your man to be Batman, doing things on the highest level so that you can go out there and say, hey, Minindo Tayam Patwena. Wena. What about you? What are you doing? Where are you? Where's your depth? You understand? So I find that women have not looked into themselves deep enough in regards to that. And not all of you are going to get Batman. Some of you must build Batman. Some of you must build and nurture Batman. Turn your man into Batman. Some of you, this is where you want. Now, you want the finished product. And then, lama finished product, lama mase one vitis and yakala. And then in kichimisa inyanga, nfuna imithi yechitho, nfuna ukudeliver nje. That's all low vibrational stuff, Buffett. Learn from the older generation. I know many of you as women know a lot of older women who are very bitter because life didn't play out the way it was for them. Why is it always linked to that? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So there's an energy that women carry when they're in the low vibration that makes their hearts dark. You must be careful of not connecting with that low vibrational energy. Why? Because women, their emotions are so up and down. Yeah, she can love you now and hate you 2 seconds later. Right? Very spontaneous emotionally. Now, this is the challenge you guys have. This is the challenge you guys have to overcome that, to find that balance. The mindset starts at home. Most women are taught by their guardians that are men. By their guardians that men are their meal ticket.
Yeah. Uqinisile vele, uqinisile, because abanye nami ngike ngaba nabangani abanjalo ukuthi umuntu like makaphuma ngokwabo athuye endodeni, like umzali wakhe uzo expect ukuthi abuye na something, amtshela ukuthi ubuye nani yabo, izinto kanjalo.
Yeah. So kahle wena ubhebhelwa ama tampons.
Cabanga. Nawe into ithengela yona.
Bafethu. But Faith, let's just cut, you don't even like that person. You know, you just
uyo exchange umoya wakho nje for nje i-KFC nyana nje.
Shit. Oh, don't. So this is the difficulty you have when you're raising a daughter with totally a victim to la machita lawa, because they know it's laba fast laba anyway, they like things. Vanessa, we need more detail. We need more detail. Okay, let's keep going. And then let's talk. Like a lot of women actually, they feel like they're stagnant. TMF, what causes one to be stuck, feel stuck, and have absolutely no desire to move? Where one is unable to make decisions to progress their lives, not because they don't want to, but just can't. Hey man, like the question is too open-ended for me, right? Why I say this is because this open-endedness of this question, it's so unique to each and everyone. It's so unique to each and everyone. The cause of the problem, that is. All right? The cause of the problem is so unique to each and everyone. The cause of the problem is so unique to each and everyone. Nah? So I can't just give you like an off-the-top response and say, oh, this is the cause for everyone, right? Like Tommy said earlier, sometimes you need to stand up and go and engage in consultation to connect with your people. With uzozwa ukuthi ngikhipha yabo. Why yenza so? Yeah, TikTok is wilding. Okay, cool. Let's see here. A lot. Okay, so would you say that so with fast but stagnant, the reason they now look to men as their meal ticket out is because of this? It's because Bona, they themselves can make it for themselves, and therefore they realize that, hey, I need to ride off indoor.
Abanye nje ukuthi nje bakhuliswa vele kanjalo nje makokwabo batshelwa ukuthi indoda yiyo ekumele isebenze yabo. So nje abanye vele i-mentality ephuma from ekhaya yabo. Iyonakele from lapho, because abanye uyabona vele mhlambe ngizothi nomama ekhaya maybe akasebenzi, ubaba kuphela osebenzayo, bonke bafuna imali kubaba yabo. Umama naye akazenzeli nix ngisho nebhizinisi nyana nje yabo.
Okay.
So nje into abayijwayele nje from ekhaya ukuthi indoda must.
Hold on, just give me a moment. I want to switch to 4G because it's not catching 5G here. Let's see if we're going to get better signal. Yep, there we go. All right, cool. So actually, it is the grooming that they are receiving that is poisoning them. But wait, in regards to that, because now are you going to train your daughters to operate like that too? So would you say some of them are stuck in abusive relationships because of that?
Yes, khona bastakile vele because of indoda manje iya-provide yenza yonke into, so ufila ngathi uyam-own, which is into naye akayi-alawile. Because if bekakwazi nje from day one ambonise ukuthi okay mina ngimanga ngawo, ngiyakwazi ukuziphandela, akuthole nawe uzihlanganisele, kungabi ukuthi uyokuhlanganiselayo, then angeke azabe nepower yokuthi akulawule. Yabo, ungagcine sungasakwazi nokuphuma kuleyo relationship.
Okay, give Vanessa weed. I'm not finding a permanent job. I feel like people don't like me. I'm not happy. I'm suicidal. I feel attacked on all levels of life. Also, there's no man that takes me seriously. Life feels stagnant. Vanessa, your case requires a proper look into your spiritual stuff. So I suggest you make some time to come and see us, or make some time to see someone you feel aligns with you and can provide you perspective around your spiritual stuff. Why what? Because we can't just off the top of our heads engage and say, hey Vanessa, this is how you will navigate. Unfortunately, I see you're going through what you're going through, but I feel like the challenges you're having are stemming from this lack of the spiritual intelligence now. Or okay, I have to stand up now and do something. Alright? Wena Ntombi khe wazithola ulapho ufila frustrated ukuthi izinto zami azihlangani. Okay.
Ngike ngafila kanjalo and mina I felt like ngiyawazi ama-reason walokho ukuthi why. And ngaqala manje ngazama ukuthi ngisike i-solution. And yangisebenzela, which was vele, I felt like vele bekuyizinto ezihlangene nento zomoya, yabo? Yeah. Because lokho it was before vele like ngiba spiritually awakened.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. So Vanessa might actually be undergoing a process where she needs to realize that she needs to now connect with the more spiritual parts of herself. And now it's going to a point where it basically visits all aspects of her life.
Yeah.
Okay, and then njengoba bowulapho, would you say it was affecting your mental health?
Yes, being affected. Because bengihlale nje like ngingajabulanga nami yabona nje like nje plus nokunye nje izinkinga yabona ezipersonally. So bese kungathi nje umthwalo nje ngibona ngathi i-purpose yami nje bengingekayitholi kahle ngisho kanjalo, bengingekayitholi kahle ukuthi yini i-purpose yami until mina ke ngayisika yabo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for an ad break, Bafethu, before we continue taking more questions. I want to talk about Chikwana. Just give me a moment. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, on screen right now we've got Chikwana, which is another powerful herb from Limpopo. Chikwana itusakang, for those of you with fertility issues, for those of you with blocked tubes, for those of you with discharge. We're going to talk about the benefits linking to women. It also assists men, right? But let's talk more from a feminine context. Women Crush Wednesday, right? Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you can get more information around products like this and herbal medicine on this context, so that you can find yourself and find alignment to and deal with the physical issues that you have, right? So it treats discharge problems. It treats burning urine. Nah? If it cleans the womb, it boosts the immune system. And then the last one we have on screen is that it helps to improve sperm count. Obviously, this is if your man is taking it. So let's say you and your man are trying to conceive. I think a lot of the comments that we have here on the video on TikTok is that as well. Women trying to fall pregnant. Nah? So some of you, I think I have to mention this as a disclaimer as well. Some of you, the reason you're not falling pregnant is because the person you're trying to conceive with is not the one for you. That's also another reality that one must accept. That's also another reality that one must accept. Lo ofuna ukumithela wena akusuye niyaforce kahle. And imagine if uzomithela, things are just not going to be the way you want them to be. Kuzoshuba. So these are some of the things you must assess before coming to say, okay, I'm going to get some Chikwana. You need to look, right? Some of you, the reason you're struggling with fertility is because you've had abortions. Straight. Halima, because you want to complete your studies, la aborta, and then eventually it played out such that you can't complete your studies. Why? Because of this valid energy in regards to your this abortion. Nah? All right. Let's push some more comments onto screen here. Let's see. Abutawa, thanks for this show. What is your take on men that doesn't want to work but won't mention it to you? Though when you consult, it said that your husband doesn't want you to work. Oh, doesn't want you to work. That one is obvious. Yes, Lebu, exactly. I'm glad you know what we're talking about, especially Leoguti Nyamita Lema Vasiti, Manka Mita Nya Apota. And then wonder why isn't those Akas Hambiga. So assess, Buffet, to look at your life, be real, be open. Don't hold yourself on a position or a standard that is too high where you set unrealistic expectations. Be honest. Go say, I made a mistake in my past and then deal with it. Nah? All right, cool. So apparently Anthea ati indoda yakhe ayifuni isebenza. Ngicabanga ukuthi it's a common thing ekhona amajita angafuni abafazi babo babe liberated.
Yeah, bakhona abanye. And I feel like mina ila madoda anomona, yabo. Usaba ukuthi umfazi uzoyenza izinto ezingcono ukudlula yena. Okufuna ukumlawula, yabo. Or mhlambe u-insecure, uyabona ukuthi hey manje phela umfazi maseka nezimali zakhe angeke angene. Uzophapha namanye amadoda, yabo. So
but they do that most sometimes. Some men take women to school after taking them to school.
Yeah, kona kuyenzeka abanye basaba lokho.
So you feel like these men maybe it is trauma.
Mara ukungazithembi nabo lokho. Even if ukunjalo.
I say rule of thumb. For me, the rule of thumb is everyone unayo papa high. Umuntu no babakhe. Do not take on the role of parenting someone when the union between you and them is not solid. But now, the crazy part is that women have this tendency, she can run the game up until the end point. What do I mean by this? She'll go as far as marrying you. She'll go as far as having kids with you. Actually, the end goal is for her to secure herself and then leave. You guys are extremists on that basis. This is why sometimes some men, now I'm the protagonist. I can watch Now I position as the protagonist. Where it's like some women are conniving on that level. Yeah, you can't trust some women. Some women know that when they are with you, their life will change. They're not necessarily there for the fact that Bayaktanda, they're there for the fact that what you provide. So Anthea, it is possible that he might not want you to work and therefore he doesn't communicate. I say the basis of your relationship is ultra toxic as a result of that. Communicate. Engage on such topics. And if he doesn't want you to work, then he needs to have another plan for you as the leader. Okay, no, you'll work in the family business under me. Yeah, there needs to be something. There needs to be some type of structure. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible, definitely. With so many people being dirty energy-wise, how do you know Silana Navant Abashab? Hey, Buffett, you didn't do that much. Oh, it ended the stream now. Okay, that's fine. How do you know that Ulala Navantava sharp? That's hard to say. That's hard to say because it goes moment by moment, and people are good at cloaking, like and basically, you understand. So my suggestion to you is, if your vibration is high enough, if you work on yourself spiritually, there should be things that happen. When you and this person try and be intimate, that will be signs. That will be telltale signs. There should be things. You should get the signs, and the signs should be quick and swift when they come and they happen. Nah? Live access suspended. Why? What did we say? You're live as guests starting October 09, 2024, 16. Now, anyway, TikTok, good boy. Your access to live and multi-guest will be restored 09. Oh, so 24-hour suspension. Violation, suicide, and self-harm. What? Hey, TikTok. TikTok is weird. No one is doing anything violent here. Or is it that it's Kuma, Ngama Poshin, and so on and so on? I see. Okay, yes. So, Boogie, the best thing to do is to work on yourself spiritually, energetically, protecting your energy, and then taking it from there. This will then help you to align with the people who are more high vibrational, with the people who will then protect your energy and nurture your energy. All right. Sithembile Zwane. Greetings, mkhulu Makukhanya. I'm suffering from severe lower back pain. Sometimes I'm also my lower abdomen, okay? I sometimes feel as though I can feel something moving esiswini, and I'm bloated most of the time. I'm aware that this could be caused by imimoya or abantu abadala abangibethe. There's also the physical aspect, mkhulu, which I feel needs healing as well. With your natural remedies, of course, please assist. Okay, my suggestion to you, as long as you're engaged in balancing the spiritual, then on the physical, we could take things like devil's claw, especially for that lower back pain. Nah? And then kahe ocho hore, even that abdominal pain, you know, uterus-based pain, you can take devil's claw. It's gonna be good for you. You could also take, especially bloating, star anise. Star anise is really great at that. Flatulence. How to flatulence? Nah? Flatulence, star anise will regulate that. It's that spice that looks like a star. It's called star anise. Nah? You can also take sea moss. It's great for IBS, IBD, bloating, so irritable bowel issues. And yes, you've described it perfectly, Hore. You've got this feeling like something is moving. It's that chi energy in there, or moya, as you say. So now my question is, if it's bloating, it means that the energy is not coming out. All right, you're not yet able to express and outwardly push this energy. So perhaps when you've got a prophetic energy where you need to be prophesying and giving people revelations around certain things, and therefore this will give other people perspective. Lebo Are, I think you can also feel people's energy. Definitely, you can. If you're in tune, if you're in tune, definitely you can. Because Bugiwe Kahe Acho Mo Are, how do you know Silala Nabanta sharp? Perhaps it means that one, she doesn't trust her gut feeling, or two, she's just not tapped in enough to be able to tell la it's on or not. Nah? La it's on or not. Manje wena Ntombi, how do you navigate this space, especially in the romantic sense? Uyazi ukuthi abantu bayenza imikhuba in regards to our sexual energy now, that is. Navigate kanjani ukuthi uziprotect?
Okay, mina ngiyenza sure ukuthi angiyenzi ukuze mina, okay, on my side mina ngiwulo muntu lo kuthiwa baya find out, yabo. And for me ukuthi ngi-find out, nami kwamele ngingaphumi endleleni, mhlambe ngenza izinto ezisinakuthole ngiya-cheat, then ngiya-find out and vele kuyenzakele amanye ama-relationships bengivele ngi-find out vele ngibone ukuthi hayi lo akekho right, but still ngiqhubeke. The more ngiqhubeka ngiya-find out more and more. Yabo. So I need to ukuthi ngihlale ngi-clean, yabo, ngi-pure, khane ngizokwazi ukubona umuntu ongekho right for me, and uyavela vele.
Okay, so when you are closely connected to your people do their work in regards to protecting you. All right, cool. Buffett, time for us to go now. It's exactly 4:20 p.m. now. Woman Crush Wednesday. Thank you to all the ladies who joined us today for the stream. Thank you to everyone who shared their questions, who shared their issues in regards to the challenges that they're having. Shout out to you guys for joining the stream. We'll be back again, this very segment next week, Wednesday, Woman Crush Wednesday. Remember, Woman Crush Wednesday is also the day where we give people access to a 10% discount when they come and purchase herbs from us in store. Now, all women visiting us in either our Durban or Brakpan store and soon to be Pretoria store, they can reach out to us and get access to a 10% discount from there. Let's see here. Let's take this one question before we go. Hello Mkhulu, now my husband is sleeping around. I don't want sex at all. I went to Twasas Prophet only to find that I was not supposed to go there. I have 2 kids from my mother's side. Abana Luna, a woman who are spiritually gifted. You deprive your man of sex, and in depriving your man of sex, it creates issues because he's vulnerable, and obviously he's cheating. One, the deprivation comes from obviously your low sex drive or your non-existent sex drive at all, right? This then creates issues because Your man actually, under the right circumstances, is supposed to navigate through context via polygamy so that you guys can protect the energy. But now, because Lonal Batli polygamy, what does he then do? He moves from a low vibrational context, he sleeps around. You cannot deprive your man of intimacy and then expect him just to sit back. Lona, a lot of you lenaldi reservations around intimacy, lenaldi challenges around intimacy. Why? Because vele tlamele liphetele dilo tsa lena tsa semoya. Secondly, you're a great example of what I always mention. There's always this drive to create a one-sided bias. Profit, but nothing has happened. So you must operate from context and neutrality, because you must self-initiate. You must engage in balance. So it means you must engage in things that nurture the traditional side and engage in things that nurture profit. And then now, obviously, since your husband is sleeping around, this creates issues for you because and it blocks you from connecting with your spiritual calling. So it's so complex. It's so nuanced. But now what must he do? Because men thrive off sexual energy. They thrive off sexual interaction, the intimacy sexually, just like you guys thrive off vocal intimacy, the non-physical intimacy. Women thrive off that, right? Words of affirmation, connecting with your partner through conversation, communication, him doing gestures, the flowers, and for him it's intimacy and other things. I don't just want to say it's intimacy, because some of you think that throwing pussy or vagina at the man is enough and that's all you need to do. No, it's more, it's deeper. No, it's way deeper. So we have to go now, Buffett. We'll catch you again next week. Woman Crush Wednesday. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you can catch notifications around when we go live again. We've got one more live stream for the week. Tomorrow is Crystals and Gemstones. Nah? Tomorrow 10 to 10:40. Peace. Let me have this. Let's do the countdown timer. There we go.